Banana, banana. Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Shaun. I'm here with my faithful co-host, Dan. Say hello, Dan. He's too far away.
Hello.
He walked away from his microphone. And you're listening to Zoobox Goes to the Movies. Sorry we're a little late this week, but we wanted to take this opportunity to bring you the big hit of the weekend. Premiering this weekend is Terminator Dark Fate, and we're going to talk about it. Pretty much we waited because, like, I feel like we both kind of grew up with Terminator movies, for better or worse. And we were going to see this at some point anyway, so we decided, like, it'd be cool to do it for the podcast. There's probably a few people that listen to this already that might actually go see this, so they might be interested in listening to some high-caliber movie discussion. Dan's got a notebook. Pretty intense stuff.
That's right, baby. I don't fuck around.
So we're going to do what we usually do for the first 10 minutes or so. We're going to go spoiler free, and then we're going to get into some more specifics and spoilers. But before we get started at all, I just wanted to know, like, actually, because I think I know, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, how do you feel about, like, the Terminator movies in general anyways?
Well, the first one is, I think, your classic. It's a classic, and it's good for its time. T2, obviously, I remember. I mean, I haven't watched that movie in probably a year or so. I didn't really prep for this, but just watching this one, it will feel very familiar if you've seen the other ones and you're fans. Hold on, I'm saying it feels familiar. Can I just say it feels familiar without being interrupted? Okay.
Yeah, I want to know how you feel about the Terminator movies.
I'm just saying this one it feels familiar. So it's if you're used to the other ones, so it's interesting. I would say the other ones are the original. Yeah, I mean, I like them. I love them. T2's awesome. T2's awesome.
Well, I think that there's something, like, they have definitely a place in, like, the lexicon of, like, action science fiction movies of the 80s and early 90s. Like T2 is like a kind of defies expectations in terms of, like, what a sequel usually offers, because it, like, not only did it, like, intelligently expand upon, like, the Terminator universe, but it also, like, was better than the first one in a lot of ways. I think it's like it's a better movie
and overall experience.
Like, the first one's, like, really good, is awesome, like, and especially if you haven't watched it in a long time, like, and you have, with the caveat that it's, like, made in 1983 or whatever, 82, whenever it was made. It's a really awesome movie. And then Terminator 2 just so smartly extended on that, like, in a way that a lot of sequels don't. Like, a lot of sequels, especially of the era, were just, like, bigger and more. And this one it's, like, actually more nuanced and way more thoughtful. It's more thoughtful than the first one in terms of, like, what, like, the deeper, richer subtext of the Terminator story is. And the thing is, like, there should have never been another one. Like, Terminator 2 pretty definitively has an ending where it's like, it has to end here. If you just go on, it's just stupid. So every sequel has actually just kind of had to contradict, like, the kind of the really nice ending of Terminator 2, which, if anybody doesn't remember, it ends on, like, a dark road. Sarah Connor's voiceover and basically saying there is no fate but what we make. Like, you're not doomed to fate. We're going to make the future, yada, yada, yada. But every single one that's come after be like, no, you're doomed to fate. Like, there's no other way to make a sequel unless you do, like, oh, we're doomed to fate.
Well, isn't the end of the second one, there's a storm coming? Isn't that the whole point? That you can't stop fate. You can't.
No.
That's what I got from it. That's what I've always ever taken it from it.
That's not just life is coming. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. That's the whole.
So why the fuck would they show the storm? That's literally foreshadowing, dude.
Yeah, but
something's coming.
There's no storm at the end of Terminator 2.
They talk about it in T2 that you can't. It's inevitable. They say that shit in T2. No matter what they do, it's inevitable.
Yeah, and they prove them wrong. That's the whole point.
How do they prove them wrong?
Or they don't know if they've saved the day at the end.
They have no idea. That's right.
Because you can't know, because the future. Coming. Well, they don't know. There is no mention of a storm at the end. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't say that somewhere in the movie.
No, they show a storm. They show a storm at the very. Yes, they do. at the very end when they're driving away from the gas station or wherever the hell they're at, there's a storm.
There's nobody
Coming.
driving away from anything. It's just a shot of like a dark
No, they're
road.
driving, bro. When was the last time you watched this movie?
Yeah, but like a couple months ago. But you're being like too literal with it. It's just saying that you don't know what's going.
The movie is literal. It's a literal movie. There's nothing metaphorical about this movie. It's bullshit. Fucking T2's real life.
No,
that's all I know.
I'm talking about T2.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
No, but that's the whole point of the movie is like you're not a slave to fate, but that doesn't mean like you can predict the future. It doesn't matter what's going to happen in the future. You have to live.
Doesn't that just
you
like
have
fucking
to
take away the whole point of the movie?
You have to live for today. It
But
doesn't matter if you know what's coming.
Then what's the point of the whole fucking movie?
That is the point of the movie. It's called subtext, Dan.
Yeah, I hear you, but what's the point of the movie then? Because if they are all, if there is just live for tomorrow, don't worry about it, dude. Like, or live for today or whatever, not for tomorrow because you never know because fate, then there was no point in saving John Connor in the second movie.
Because the point of life sometimes is just to keep living, is to keep going. That's the whole
grinding.
That's the whole thing about like Sarah Connor's, journey in Terminator 2 is that she is obsessed with something that might happen. And
I remember
completely
something
consumed and controlled her life. She's been in a mental institution. She's been a kind of an awful mother to John because she's so obsessed with the Terminators coming. And
he fucking was. So probably good on her, huh?
To a certain degree, yes. You can make the argument that, yeah, she made a sacrifice.
Just saying, bro. Oh, because at the end, she's all like not dressed up in the fucking shit. And yeah.
Well, she's
more chill.
There's like there's an original ending to Terminator 2 that is really definitive, where it actually shows you like in the future after Judgment Day, Sarah Connor is an old woman. She's like, and it's so dumb because it like goes from the voiceover that actually ends the movie into like a woman in a future park, like talking into a futuristic tape recorder.
Nice.
It's really dumb, but it was a lot better that they left it kind of ambiguous, like. You don't know what's going to happen. And that was okay, but that's the whole point. That ends up making the entire point of the movie in terms of like its thematic value. So every time they've made a sequel, like Terminator 3, they have to go back on it. They're like, well, you didn't stop Judgment Day, you just kicked the can down the road. Like, and then Terminator Salvation is just basically, it happened. Judgment Day happened. Which is Terminator Salvation is, even though it's kind of like, a little bit of a reboot sequel, like it is actually a sequel to Terminator 3. It has the same character.
But this one ignores all those, doesn't it?
Yes. Terminator Dark Fate, it ignores Genesis, which was the last one that came out. It ignores everything but T1 and T2, basically.
Be honest, probably the best choice.
It's they've been doing this a lot. They did it with Halloween last year. Actually, what the first movie that I can remember that did this, where it was like, well, we're gonna ignore the sequels, was probably a Superman.
Trolls 2.
Trolls 2. Well, that, yeah. It was just like, we're going to ignore the first one. We're just going to call it Troll 2.
Yeah.
No, it was Superman Returns. Superman Returns is actually the Christopher Reeve Superman 3.
Yep.
Just a little factoid there for
another interesting movie.
All right, well, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
why don't we just go for our ratings first, and then we can just discuss.
Well, I want to talk about it just a little bit, spoiler free, just give our general impressions, and then we'll go and get into some specifics.
So we can't give our ratings?
You can give a rating, yeah, of course.
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10?
4 out of 10.
Okay.
I think that's being generous.
I think I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10. I thought
nostalgia,
it was.
Dude.
I
that's
think
the only reason.
No, that was the worst part of it. Actually, was the Terminator stuff was the worst part of it because
I literally, you know what I wrote, dude? I'm like, what did I gotta find it real quick before you continue. What did I say? I'm serious. I wrote this. I said, almost too much nostalgia. I was like, it's just okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. Since we don't want to do spoilers.
I think it is one of the better sequels after Terminator 2, but because. All this is what it achieved. It is a solid action movie.
I don't even give it that.
I would say that it is, like you said, it is way too, not just referential, but like It's like it's.
Are we just
all,
gonna talk about the movie? Because it's the only way we can do this.
No. We gotta give people because people might
I
not
don't
see it
give
right
a
away.
fuck about the people, Sean.
You should.
I don't care. Fuck them. This is our shit. We run this shit. You guys hear me? No, I'm kidding.
No. Well, I mean, just all right. What are your general?
My general impressions is this movie was typical pandering to a certain audience for financial gain. I went and started reading some of the reviews, and I'm sitting here. How did this movie get such a high score?
Does it have a high score? I didn't even look at the reviews.
Hold on, let me look real quick. But I think it's, dude. If I might be wrong, I might have misread it, but I'm pretty sure it was 70.
I would say it's probably in the 60s or 70s. Yeah,
that's too high.
For me, I like
Shaun. Dave Chappelle got a 34.
Oh, shut up!
You can't trust
Culture
the
Warrior
critic.
Dan. Calm down. You can save that for the other podcast.
Saying, dude, pisses me right the fuck off.
Pisses me off. These blogger faggots. Whoops. Whoops.
Yeah, 6.70% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really,
70% on Fandango. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's fucking
crazy.
Bullshit.
Well,
dude,
I'll say this.
My God,
it is a
Shaun.
It's not too long. It's like it delivers. I think some of the set pieces, while they're not like super memorable, are pretty entertaining. Like there's a lot of decent practical action in like the first half of the movie. Even at the end when it goes like off the rails, like it never really totally lost me into Crazy Town. Like I was always kind of like, okay, I accept this in this world. I think the worst part, I thought Linda Hamilton was used pretty well, except I think because of what they have to do to make a sequel, they ruin Sarah Connor. They just make her into like this miserable old bitch.
I don't even know how to fucking say it without ruining anything.
I know.
Upset.
I'm
so upset. I'm upset.
What do you think?
I'm legitimately upset.
Do you think Arnold was used well or tastefully?
To be totally honest, I don't know if anyone was used well except maybe the main female, if you know who I'm talking about. G-man, G-woman, whatever.
What, the Terminator chick?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's not a spoiler. She's.
I don't know, dude. I didn't watch the fucking trailer.
Enhanced Terminator, enhanced person.
Augmented. Thank you.
Anyways, okay. So, all right, those are our general thoughts on the movie. You kind of like know what we kind of sort of think of it. We're gonna get into some spoilers. This might be a fun conversation. So if you get a chance to see it this weekend, totally come back and give us a listen. And yeah, so what? So okay, all right. So let's just start there with Sarah Connor. Like, what's your beef with Sarah Connor? I thought they turned her into a miserable bitch. It undermines, like, there's no way to make a sequel to Terminator 2 without undermining Terminator 2. That's the problem.
I don't even care about the other ones because this one is that bad. It stands alone. It doesn't even.
Well,
dude,
no,
this movie from the get-go dropped the fucking ball from within the first 10 minutes. Dropped the ball.
Why? Because John Connor gets shot?
No, that shit. I didn't care. I'm glad he's dead. Honestly, I'm
good.
Glad. No, but when it went so. I'm watching it, and some of the things I started noticing, I was like, what the fuck? Why are they... Okay, so these futuristic beings, the Legion is what they're called, instead of Skynet for everybody that doesn't fucking know. It's fucking retarded. So they just drop people from 30 feet in the air. When in the originals, they could drop them, on the ground. Like, they were right there.
Oh, damn, come on now.
I don't care, dude. That bothered me.
I think it happens in one of the other ones where they're suspended in air.
Suspended, or do they get dropped from 30 feet?
I think Michael Biehn actually gets like dropped in the alleyway.
Who's Michael Biehn?
Terminator 1, Kyle Reese. John Connor.
You talking about Kyle Reese? Yeah, I never heard of her. This is this is one of those things. I'm watching the movie and it's really hard, man. I can't even tell you how disappointed I was. It just was so I'm watching this movie and I'm saying, how the fuck did they do this? If there's not this is literally, I gave the beginning. I was obviously a joke. I'm watching it. And this could be good because I was really interested. That opening scene, that part.
It actually opens pretty strong.
No, I would say the first 30, 40 minutes are great. Or good. Like they're good.
Up until they get to the border.
Probably about there.
Or right
The,
after they leave that. After the scene at the Border
after you
Patrol.
see Arnold and Ford is definitely terrible. I don't care.
I wouldn't
But,
say you really thought it got terrible.
dude, it was so bad.
Terrible.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's worse when you give the Terminator feelings. It's worse
Well,
because
I
they
thought
give this some sentient.
they wrote a line and like you got to think about what a Terminator is and what like how that he's explained he's a
I mean,
learning
I know in
machine.
T2 he
Okay, dog.
started to figure it out with
Yeah,
hostile
dude.
baby and all
So
that
he
shit.
has the concept
Fuck that shit.
of companionship because
Oh, and
they're
yeah, he
learning
doesn't even get
computers, dude.
laid, bro.
They're learning computers.
He didn't
They're
learn how to
not.
get fucking laid.
I
Sounds like a
know.
bitch.
I
Sounds like
know.
a fucking
We are
bitch.
not physical. I thought it was an unexpected thing to take. I did not expect that, honestly. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I didn't. I just
It,
didn't expect it.
and you know, I was sitting here watching this movie, about to throw up almost 60% of the time. I
So,
mean, no,
Bob,
I mean,
in my
like
own hat.
the first fight scene. It's original. It's dynamic. It's intense. There's like some cool stuff. You're like, oh, this is pretty sick. You know, and then it gets to the car chase scene. This is where this nostalgia really starts kicking in. The
Yeah,
nostalgia is just, I get it.
but it
Okay, I've
wasn't. You
seen
know
this
what?
car chase.
You know what's crazy though? It was flashier and stuff, but it was not as good or as effective as that fucking motorcycle truck chase
The
in
dirt
Terminator
bike,
2.
yeah. Well,
Dude,
he's
like that.
also on a fucking dirt bike. Yeah, it's just pretty
Well,
intense.
but dude, it's fucking intense. And like the music, like the cheesy like 90s music with just like the sounds like scraping metal. Like it's so good. It's so visceral. It feels so real. You could see like the real tangible practical effects, right? And in this one, it was riding a line because you could see like okay, that's definitely real. There's practical stuff. People are really driving cars, but then like they'd have like the Super Terminator or the Terminators do like some weird flip thing, and you like, and then it all clearly transitions to a CG character for 10, 15 frames, and you're
I
like,
mean
oh,
you
fuck.
got to do what you got to do. I get it. Like I get it. You got to do what you got to do.
Well, see, but
That's
they
just
did it. They
the
did
nature
it
of the
back in the
beast.
day, and they didn't, and it wasn't a problem. Like,
Because obviously I don't know what the fuck happened in this. To be totally honest, do you know what this movie really pisses me off the most? The biggest thing it pisses me off about?
what?
They keep stealing roles from Spanish speaking cultures. I don't get it. This movie, for 30% of the movie, it takes place in Mexico. And Grace can't learn Spanish. She can understand it. Sure as hell won't speak it though. Kind of bullshit.
This
Just
is
saying.
this is white privilege on the screen, people.
No,
It
but
was funny.
right,
I
that's
was watching it, and I was like, you know what? This is totally made geared for like a wide American audience. I was like,
yep.
they're not going to be speaking a lot of Spanish in this movie. I knew it too. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, because they start
uh,
interjecting it within the first 5 minutes. People are like, "I'm gonna have to
I
read this
know.
whole fucking movie,
No,
dude."
because the
What the
sister, as
fuck?
soon as the sister was like, "Let's practice our English" to her
Yeah,
brother, I
you're
was
like,
like,
"This
"Yeah,
is
yeah,
bullshit,
okay."
dude." And you know what? You know what this whole movie's really about, Shaun? What I realized? It's not
What?
about the future. It's not about that. It's not about robots and
It's about
fucking
the
AI.
here and now, dude. It's like the plight
No,
of these Mexican
no. This
people.
whole movie is
What?
basically a driving lesson for this chick because all I got from this fucking movie is that she couldn't drive in the beginning and at the end she could
She
drive.
could drive. Yeah. You know
That
what
is
was
the
actually?
stupidest shit I've ever seen,
I'll
dude.
say what was fucking well. The whole thing with her being the revolutionary was obvious.
No,
Like
I don't. It made me want to throw up. I feel
no.
sick right
Hey,
now.
hold on, stop. Let me talk. Let me make my
I
point.
can't hear. I don't even want to hear it.
I'm
It
saying
makes me sick.
it was obvious, and then when they did the flash forward of her
Oh,
saving the Terminator half Terminator lady when she was a little girl was so awful because they didn't recast her. They didn't put an older person in the role. They just like took this like very young Spanish chick and like gave her cornrows and put her in some like fatigues and like suddenly she's like commanding. She was not commanding at all. Like you just did not buy her in that at all. Like
uh,
I didn't I
you know what it looked? It felt like a fucking
I
like an
knew it. I
18-year-old
dude,
trying to buy beer.
as soon as they kept making the point like you're gonna be the mother of somebody important, I was like, no, she's not. She's gonna be the important one. Like it was so obvious. Like it was like they were looking at the screen and saying the lines sometimes, and you're like, all right, I get it, guys. Like we
They
get it.
literally have a line in the movie that says, "This will make the teaser trailer or something, a good teaser." They said that shit right there in the movie. Fourth wall broken. Just
Linda Hamilton, just look
When
at
they're
the screen.
when they're in the fucking Humvee and they're falling into the water, she's like, "This is gonna make a good teaser." It's like, what the fuck?
She doesn't
The
say
fuck?
that.
Yes, she does.
No, she
Yes, she
says, "I'll
does.
be right back."
No, motherfucker. I'm talking about the end of the movie where they're like they land in the Humvee
Oh,
and then
maybe
it's like hanging. It's like hanging from something
vaguely.
because and then it goes. Then she goes, "This is gonna make the teaser, or this is a good teaser." I swear to God. Swear to God. I almost threw up in my mouth for the Humpty's time. I am so mad that I watched this movie. I would
You're
rather
not-
watch Lake Mungo
lies.
twice in a row than fucking watch this movie one more time. Because
That's not true. Because Dan, you're probably gonna watch this 3 more times in your life.
I can't.
You will.
Really.
You will, and you know
The
it.
only way I will is if I'm making fun of it because
Like you're gonna see it's gonna be on Netflix someday, and you're gonna be like, "Yeah, fuck it. All right, I'll give it another shot." Fuck it.
dude, if
I'm tired. It's gonna be a night when you're tired too, and you're like, "I'm just
before
gonna
my
put this on."
suicide, maybe I don't know, dude. I have no idea.
I'm gonna put this on. Yeah, I've already seen it. Yada yada. Then you stay up till 2 in the morning watching it. and
No,
you're just
no,
mad all
I
over it.
couldn't. No, dude, this is a movie I would put to sleep on because I had a hard time watching it, not falling asleep.
Oh,
I
see,
really did.
I never
this
thought it
movie
was that. I
terrible.
thought it had actually a good pace. Like I said, I think it's a solid action movie if you're just looking for a dumb action movie.
Listen, if they didn't have the first two,
I
and
would.
there was the acting was awful. Fucking Linda Hamilton was shit.
This is better than she's been in a long time.
Where else what has she done?
She hasn't done a lot. The last time I saw her, she's Chuck's mom in Chuck.
Well, she doesn't give a fuck. I'll tell you that much. She doesn't give a fuck in this movie. Dude, that line when they first meet up in the hotel room, and she goes after she says what the Arnold the Schwarzenegger T-800 whatever it is, and she's sitting there. She goes, "I saved the world. You know, blah blah blah. You're welcome." And every night I get blackout drunk. Because it
was just a
this
joke.
is so. No, it wasn't. That shit is dumb. I don't care if it was a joke or not. It wasn't amusing.
Joke. It was just a joke, dude.
No, it wasn't. That was a serious moment. How did you not read that?
But in the third, like it breaks the fourth wall, but it's like an audience for the audience to chuckle at.
And also another thing I don't get. So what the fuck is this? See, this is a bad thing about time travel movies. One, they're never going to be perfect, probably. But I'm watching this movie, and they have time travel capabilities. Why wouldn't they just go back and fucking kill her?
Yeah,
why,
I know. How does Legion also develop time travel?
Like, it doesn't make sense. Then you're like, how did the humans get the ability to do time travel?
Yeah, they don't ever go into any of that.
They just go, oh yeah, we could augment.
I don't find I don't need that to be explained, but it is it's.
I don't need it to be explained, but it's bullshit.
I would say it is suspicious that 2 different AIs come up with the same time travel thing and basically a very similar plan.
The exact same plan.
Like, well, it worked so well the first time. Well, I guess Legion wouldn't know because that future never came to pass. So
no, they wouldn't know. But the whole thing is, obviously, there is some sort of, or the name Skynet got changed because Linda Hamilton
it went from Cyberdyne, which was like a private corporation, and then I believe Legion was a military thing.
Oh, whatever, dude. I don't know.
It's just a dumb thing to slap on new. They need a new threat. It's all the same, though. I'm glad. Apparently this movie is not tracking very well in the States, so I don't think we're gonna get the trilogy that they're trying to give us. Because I was like, at the end of this movie, I was like, I would not want to watch this trilogy. Like, what do you even do? Like, this girl is, unless they recast that girl, somebody that's like just a more intense, like believable actress, maybe. But that young girl, like, no way.
And one of my other problems with this movie, which I agree, she's not a good actress. She's not. I do not enjoy her.
I thought she was only really awful when they did that flash forward thing showing her as the future leader. That I was like, that's fucking awful. The other stuff, she's not like, she's, a damsel.
You're giving her too much credit. You're giving her too much credit. You're giving her too much credit.
I didn't have a problem with any of the performances. Really,
I had a problem with every performance except Grace. Grace was the only one I actually liked in that movie. that I thought was good.
I thought like everything was serviceable relative to what the kind of movie it was. So I was kind of like, yeah, that's fine.
What a shitty movie? Sure.
Oh, just like a basic action movie. Like it really felt like one of like a
It was
'90s basic
it was
bitch action movie in the same way that
that
Deadpool.
tried to do more. It tried to do more.
Well, the guy who directed this directed the first Deadpool.
Well, I'm gonna
And
tell
I
you what,
would
he dropped the fucking ball.
but what I would say is it felt like Deadpool, except Deadpool has the character Deadpool, which makes that movie way more fun. But if you think
And
about,
it's also got Ryan Reynolds who does the role really well.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It has Deadpool, which elevates the material because you don't have to worry. Some the plot and stuff really doesn't matter that much. But in something like this, you're going to pay a little bit more attention to that. But I could see the same kind of the way he structured the movie, like the kind of filmmaker he is, where he makes these kind of B tier action movies. Like that's what it felt like. And I think it makes sense coming from the guy who directed Deadpool.
I'll tell you this. I really don't think he wrote the script. I don't think he did.
He did.
Well, one, he's a fucking idiot. Two, it was definitely changed.
It was changed. Him and James Cameron wrote it together, and then apparently Cameron.
Well, there you go.
James Cameron's
That's
running out. Yeah, but James Cameron's running out in interviews now, being like, "Yeah, it was a bloodbath in editing. Like post production was a
100%. Because I can guarantee you it was because the fucking production companies got in there.
No, I think James Cameron wants to, as much of a dick as James Cameron is, he's like a really good filmmaker. And he does, and I don't even like his Avatar shit. Like, I don't like those movies. But, like, he knows how to make a movie. He knows how to seed things into characters in these stories for these dumb action movies that make those movies more compelling. And I think, like, any type of humanity that these characters showed in this movie, I have a feeling is James Cameron. Being like, yo, you gotta, like, make people care about this shit. You gotta at least try.
Well, like, I'll tell you this much. I don't know. I don't even believe that. I don't.
What?
I don't
believe what?
I wholeheartedly don't believe this.
Don't believe what?
I don't. This movie was manufactured. James Cameron probably just didn't give a shit about it.
No, he was on set, like very involved.
Dude, well,
I wish he had just directed it. Like, but he was like, no, I'm doing the new 7 Avatar.
The new Avatar. Oh.
Because like I could tell James Cameron could elevate a kind of a mediocre script like this.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know why they even let the movie move on. When the 3 central characters, well, 4 kind of. When I'm watching this movie and I'm saying, okay, another fucking movie where it has to be women leads. And I have no problem with women leads. I really don't. I do not have a problem. Yeah, but they're subpar actors. The script is shit.
The Terminator, which has always had a female lead.
No, it has nothing wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
It has to be, like, it has to be a woman to save the world now, like, or whatever. Like, it's just too close to the vest as far as what people we're perceiving in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, but
this narrative
and
all this bullshit.
You and I would not. You wouldn't care about that if it was a good movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. They don't even do it well. They don't even do these things well.
But you might feel the same way about like an unbelievable male character just because you wouldn't buy it. It's like I just don't buy it.
I hate. All right, I'm not going to say that the franchise, but you know what franchise I hate, and that is predominantly a male-run cast.
What?
You know what? You know it's franchise. Yes, you do.
Star Wars.
Okay, I thought we were supposed to save it.
Well, you've already mentioned it like 3 times.
Well, I fucking hate Star Wars, and I think you can sit there and say that those movies are predominantly male characters, or if it's a good fucking movie, man, I fucking dig it. Alien is the most feminist fucking movie. Like, the whole franchise is a feminist movie. It's a feminist ideal.
See, I don't think that's the thing. Like, I don't think it's. You could say that there's de facto feminism or there's some innate feminism because of Ripley's character, juxtaposed to the situation and stuff. But but the subtext of those movies doesn't matter.
No,
and
I know.
That's why they work. Like same thing like Terminator 2. Sarah Connor, the fact that it's a mother and not a father, it doesn't really matter. It's not what the movie's about. Like I think you could.
But that's what makes her. It's what makes the character. Is that it's not in your face. It's not about that. There's always a greater purpose.
Yeah, but that's good writing versus bad writing. Like, when
I understand. Yeah. I understand it, but they didn't, obviously. the people, because James Cameron may have been a main producer, but I guarantee you he didn't raise all the money himself for this fucking movie. I guarantee you
Well, that's
that.
not what a producer does.
What they don't they invest money?
I mean,
They don't invest money.
granted, this movie probably got greenlit because of James Cameron, but a producer is somebody that actually works, like a good producer works on the movie.
Well, I don't think he was there very much.
I guarantee
Obviously,
he's probably why Arnold was in it. He's definitely why Linda Hamilton was in it.
wasn't he married to Linda Hamilton at one point?
Yeah, for a while back in the day.
Back in the day. I don't know, man. I just, and it's not listen, I don't care what gender the lead is. It doesn't bother me as long as it's done well. But when I see these movies that are literally pushing the same old dog and pony show narrative I've been seeing for the past 5-6 years, hardcore, I don't care. My brain automatically turns off. I don't want to sit there and watch another movie where I'm basically, oh, I can do it because I'm a woman. Like, okay, dude. Like, okay, cool. Like, I've seen this before.
Well, I don't think but there's nothing. There's not. I don't believe that there is anything uniquely in this movie that says like we can do this because we're women in the sisterhood. Like, I didn't get that at all.
No,
I think
it's not about that. It's the subtext, as you would say.
See, I didn't think that. I mean, there's definitely a subtext about. I don't even think it was smart enough to do that. They just were like, it was a guy that was supposed to save everybody, and now it's a girl. Like that's about as deep as it got.
Well, if they got it, this movie is such a failure on so many levels, it can't even do anything right. Because I don't even know if I should give it a 4 out of 10, and it just keeps dropping every time I think about it. It's probably like a 2. This might be the worst movie I've ever seen. This might be.
It's gonna be your review, like for every movie we do. This might be the worst thing I've ever seen.
It just keeps getting worse. But no, there's the most accurate thing in this movie.
What's one nice thing you can say? Yeah.
Well, thing. Now this is
what's one
good.
Mean. What's one good? Sorry, before you get to your meanness, your continued meanness.
No, I thought the fight scenes, the choreography and stuff was pretty cool. That stuff was pretty cool, but then that's it. That's the only thing. The action sequences where you don't have to act and it's just emotion and CGI. Yeah, it was pretty cool. The truck scene was a nice homage. Like they could have done it really tastefully. I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most. Is it could have been tasteful. So when they did the homage in the car scene, that was tasteful. It wasn't necessarily an exact replication, but it was.
Yeah, it was the same beat. Like
you were just like, okay, I see what they're going for here, and that was enough. But it wasn't in your face 100%. You know, it was, but it wasn't. I wasn't sitting there getting.
Well, the whole movie is basically like if they just took elements of Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 and just smashed them together, and they're like, oh, we got a new movie.
Yeah,
which I know they did it on purpose because they were trying to do what they did with like, and I know you love this, The Force Awakens. Like The Force Awakens, the reason why The Force Awakens is so
nostalgia,
all nostalgia, and it echoes like Episode or A New Hope like so much is because it was doing that on purpose because it wanted to show people like, oh, we're not gonna be those shitty prequels. Then this was like, oh, we're not going to be those shitty Terminator sequels where this is legit, man. This is just like the old ones.
Yeah.
And it kind of just misses the mark. Something, and what was that, your nasty thing you were going to say?
No, it was not necessarily nasty, but the most accurate thing in this fucking movie. There's the scene when that major, that like guy, he brings the EMP devices or whatever.
Yes.
To them in that warehouse, and then like the helicopter comes and all those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the most accurate thing is he starts shooting before he's turning. He's shooting at nothing on the ground, and then he just does. You know, what are you shooting? What are you gonna shoot with a fucking pistol? What are you gonna do?
You gotta try something, man. That's all you got.
He wasn't even looking. He just starts shooting him. That is the most accurate part in that film because that would be an Air Force logistics officer or whatever the fuck he does. That makes sense. I really, dude, I thought the movie was should have been over 20 minutes earlier as well. Really drawn out. And every single plot point is stupid. Nothing works in this movie. Nothing.
Well, it's just, it feels very contrived and very, like, weirdly convenient. And, like, I think the thing with the border was, like, a wrinkle that, you know,
way too long.
Well, it was too long, but it was also like, oh, this is like an unnecessary complication. Like now your story is becoming too complicated because you're not actually going to do anything with this. So why are we doing this?
You know what would have been better? If they would have showed like Trump coming in and just being like, "You're all my slaves," and
No,
then that would have been better.
Trump just goes in. No, actually, Trump comes in like he
And he
passes.
is
He
the
passes the Terminators, and then he just says, "The wall just got 10 feet higher." God damn it! We got Terminators coming from Mexico. They're sending us their Terminators. Okay, they're not sending us their best. Sending us
um,
fucking Spanish Terminators.
do you know what? Do you know what I realized, man?
What's
When I
that?
was watching this, so this is the you know the trifecta here. It's supposed to be the trilogy, the end of the first. Right? It's technically
Well,
would be the end of the trilogy,
no, it's not.
I guess.
Well, the first is a duology. Okay, this is the
But
start
that's
of
what
the
but that's
new
what I'm saying. But this is a
trilogy.
continuation of that original story, so it would technically
Yes,
be a
yes.
trilogy, right? So
I know
I'm watching.
now. Disgusting, but yes.
Yeah, tainted it forever. James Cameron's freaking out a bit. First movie, how was the Terminator killed
He gets
or
crushed.
stopped? But in what? In what kind of place?
Oh yeah, no, they all end in the same color scheme.
God damn it, man! We were trying to build it up for the fucking
Sorry.
audience here. Damn
Okay.
it!
Where he is in like a factory,
A machine factory,
machine
right?
factory gets
Or
crushed.
right? And they crush him. Okay. What's the second movie?
He gets in a smelting factory, and
Metal refinery.
he
That's what
gets
I called it. But
gets smelted.
he gets smelted hard, and then
This one
the
I don't know
third
where
movie.
they were some like a
It
wind
was a water
turbine.
dam, a dam,
Yeah,
like a
that's right.
like
Yeah,
where they energy and shit, and then he
energy
gets thrown in a
turbine.
turbine, and I'm sitting there. This movie is so not. It's so not original. It's not original. There's not an
No,
original part in this
yeah, but
movie.
that's we just established that. When you
I
said
know,
like
but
it
it's so.
echoes, it's the same way that the Force Awakens works. It's the
This
same
tarnishes Arnold
thing.
Schwarzenegger's amazing career.
Oh, dude, he was in a couple
Just
stinker
kidding.
Terminators. You should watch
He's.
Terminator Genesis.
I don't. I'm gonna be totally honest, dude. I don't know if I can ever watch another Terminator again. Not even the original. Not even the originals, dude.
Oh,
Not even
that's
the
foolish.
duology.
Why would you just rob yourself of that experience?
To be totally honest,
Dude,
I don't even need to see the
dude,
first one. You can watch T2 and you'll be fine.
I watched T2 a couple months ago and I was like, God damn it, I forgot how good this fucking movie is. It's so tight.
God.
So fucking tight.
James Cameron just ruined his fucking legacy with that.
Well, he just
He put his
James
name
Cameron
on that.
likes money. What on
This
one?
movie's not going to make money. This movie's going to bomb. This movie will
It's
fucking
looking
bomb.
like it's gonna. It definitely looks like it's gonna underperform.
How much do you bet they paid for this movie? 200 million?
I don't know what the budget. I'd probably 120 million.
You think that's it? I would say more.
150 at the top end.
They got they had to pay Arnold, and they had to pay Linda to get in this movie. You probably looking at 10.
Linda Hamilton's not exactly the hottest commodity, and Arnold as an actor, his star is dropped pretty hard. People, because like he came out with a couple movies after when he came back to acting, and just people didn't go see him.
That zombie shit. And,
His little indie movies. Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie. I never seen it.
I mean, it was okay. And then he did another one called Turbulence or something.
Yeah, I never seen it. I to be totally honest, obviously there's a reason why no one go. I don't even go see this. I didn't.
Well, Maggie was like a almost direct to video. But
so I have to go be governor, dude.
You know what's another thing that they really, and I've seen the guy in interviews, the guy who plays the new bad Terminator, seems like a super nice dude, but he's like really forgettable. Like I understand why they cast him. They cast him for the same reason that Robert Patrick says they cast him with the Liquid Terminator, because he's like, well, Robert Patrick is like anonymous looking. He could be anybody. He could blend into a crowd. But the fucking Liquid Terminator is fucking iconic. Like, and he's iconic without effort. Like, you just see him in that role and the way he performs it and everything is just so perfect. The perfect juxtaposition to Arnold's T-800, right? Or T-1000. And and then this new guy is just kind of boring. Like, he just doesn't.
Oh, that's what they did in this movie too. He's the T-1100.
But he's also. But did you kind of see what I mean about the Robert Patrick? Like, they cast somebody they thought would be like have the same effect, where he'd be he's kind of like an everyman. He could be anybody. Like, he's anonymous looking. But like,
he's also dressed as a cop the entire time.
In this one, he's just super forgettable, like boring.
I mean, I thought that guy was, for probably what he was given, was
No,
good.
I'm not
I
even
will say
saying.
that.
I'm not saying.
No,
It
I see what
was his
the
fault.
character. It's the way the character was developed in the movie, because that was made the second one so good. You felt like you saw him a lot, but it was also so well done. And he did the classic horror film type of he would be walking down the hallway.
Yeah, and they
And you know
all.
what I mean? He never rushed to get you. And then all of a sudden you're in a car and now he's running 45
Well,
miles an hour, but
he
he's
was so
barely getting there.
he was so sleek. Like he was so smooth. No rough edges. Where Arnold's all rough edges. Like it was the
I don't know if you
perfect.
know this, but he created the Tom Cruise
Like
run in
like
that
dude,
movie.
basically the reveal of Arnold like in his full garb in T2 when they meet in the mall when they're in the hall that white hallway.
And then
It
they
is
drop the box of
fucking yeah,
roses.
dude, fucking iconic. There is not even a hint of anything like that in this movie. Like these amazing just I'm talking on a filmmaking level. That's what I'm talking about when I say James Cameron is a fucking filmmaker. Like he knows how to make a movie.
So is Michael Bay.
These
But
people like know how to make like the bear. It's just weird. I don't know what it is with the modern day stuff. Like
no, because what they
I
do
think in a certain respect, like as cool as like the John Wick effect is and everything, it ruins action movies because not everything needs to be like John Wick or
fast and hard and
yeah. Sometimes you got to like take the time to do something like Terminator 2.
make it more romantic. Make
Or
it a little more
there's
romantic, to
some
try to woo me a little bit.
yeah, there's
Give
some
me a little
pageantry,
teaser.
here. Give me some slow
Because
motion. Give me some like epic fucking walking down a hallway. Give me some bad to the bone.
yeah, you know.
Like give me some movie moments. Give me the moment when Arnold comes out and grabs the sunglasses out of that dude's fucking
Listen, man,
pocket.
this movie is I would tell people not to waste their time. I would
Really?
say don't wait. Yeah, I would say don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. I would
Even for
not.
action movie fans, like say action people that just like
No,
action.
dude, don't waste. Dude, wait till you can catch it online, if you know what I mean, or if you can, wait until it comes out on Netflix, because it will be there. It will be on Netflix. This movie will only go to Netflix.
I'm surprised
No,
this wasn't a Netflix original film.
you know how a movie is really bad? Not even if it goes to Netflix. If it's already at $15 Amazon Prime, that's how you know it's a bad movie. That's what they did with Hellboy, the new one.
Yeah.
The day it came out on Amazon Prime, it was $15.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how bad it was. And you know it's bad if they're trying to sell it like for $5 cheaper.
See, I wouldn't say it was that awful. Like I thought it was completely watchable. It's just forgettable. It's not gonna stick in my mind. I'm not.
So
I have
don't
no
go pay
desire.
money to go see it then. That's what I say. If
Well,
it's
it depends.
forgettable, then don't go see it.
I would say it depends on the type of person you are. Like if you're just the type of person that likes to go to the movies and you want to see and you like kind of dumb
You'll
action
be mad.
movies.
Don't do it. You'll be so mad, dude.
If you're
I would be Sean, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you suggested for me to go see this movie, the only reason I did go see this movie is because we did this, and I spent my hard earned, Sean.
Yeah.
You get the joke. Money. And I would be furious at you. I would be fucking pissed. If man, you just go, wait, yeah, man, it's not that bad, man. Go check it out. No, you can't lead people astray, Sean.
But
This
it's
is
really
a movie
not.
that
I
most
think
people won't
I,
like.
I think you're being a little harsh.
How? This movie is Sean. We have literally said, how many good things have you said about this movie?
No, I have said from the get-go, it is like a solid B tier action movie.
And
like,
I don't think you named the last time you had to go see a B tier action movie and paid $25 to go see it.
I saw John Wick.
Right.
John Wick 3 is a B tier action movie.
That movie is pretty B tier, but it's better. It's better than this.
Ooh, I don't know. Actually, I might have enjoyed Terminator more.
And to be totally honest, I don't know, man. It's just the whole everything has to do with it's the same old dog and pony show. Hollywood can't get over it. They can't just create content that people want to see.
Well, they just should have. I don't understand why they've been chasing this Terminator dragon. Like, I don't get it.
Remaking fucking movies. I'm so over it. I'm over nostalgia, dude. I do not want to see another fucking movie that I've seen before.
I think
this would have
this would have worked a lot better if there hadn't been a Terminator movie in 25 years. But because we've had 1, 2,
Sean, I haven't even seen the other ones.
You've seen Terminator 3.
I never really watched it. No, dude, I don't
Dude,
even remember it. I don't remember it. I have
bitch,
no idea.
you seen that movie,
I
dog?
don't remember.
Actually,
The only
Terminator
part I
3,
remember is the beginning.
Terminator 3, solid
Yeah.
action movie. Awful Terminator movie, solid action movie. It has a great
No. Stop.
motorcycle chase, yet again.
I'm gonna tell you
Um,
right now, if you put a fucking title on it, it should at least represent what that title is. And if you got Terminator in your fucking movie, it should make fucking sense. I don't want to go see it. It's misleading people, man. You know what? You know what these movies have been
why
like,
is it
Sean, to me.
misleading?
Do you know
It's
when they
Terminator.
put out a movie like Titanic, and then you got all those B movies that are named Titanic, the Lost Ship,
Yeah, like the Asylum versions.
whatever,
The
right?
movie company, yeah.
Just so they
Asylum.
hope people fuck up and buy it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that should exist. And that is this movie right here.
Yeah, I
That
would
is
say
all these movies I've seen.
they're like the big budget version of those because they're actually really are in the franchise, but the logic is the same. Like I hope people are stupid enough to go see this because it's called Terminator.
No, and I'm telling you right now, that's what they're hoping.
And
That's the only thing
were
they are
right.
hoping.
They were right.
Because I want to throw up. That I just watched. I'm serious. That movie made me sick to my stomach. I feel physically ill from watching that movie.
They said at the end of the movie, there's these two women, and they're in a goddamn Jeep, and they're gonna go
And she
out and
gets
save the
right.
world. They're gonna go out and save the world. No,
It's just ridiculous to me.
not women.
I'm actually upset I saw it. I am a little mad that I even
Shut
wasted
up.
my time.
Oh man, I can't wait until we see. Are you gonna? Let me ask you something. Are you gonna commit to Doctor Sleep this coming weekend?
Fuck no, probably not.
All right.
Well, you know what? For the fans. For the fans.
Well, I'm gonna be seeing Doctor Sleep this coming weekend. So.
I'll go check it out, I guess. Would you want to do a midnight viewing of it, like review? We could just come back and talk about it. I don't know. We could see what happens.
Depends. I gotta get.
Wait, this weekend?
I have to take my wife to that. She really.
Hell yeah,
wants
I'm
to.
getting paid.
Yeah, you did get.
I'm getting paid. Now I get paid.
Right now, it's the first, baby.
No, it's not, Sean. I'm an hour behind you. Don't
Oh
sleep
shit!
like that.
Oh shit!
Don't leave me like that, dude. Hey man, I will say this much: go see it if you want. Don't fucking bitch to me when you hate it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go see it if
And
you
guess
want.
what? If you're
Okay.
a feminist, you'll love this fucking movie because you love shit.
This
So
movie is the most feminist film of 2019.
it is, and I hate bringing politics into it when I watch a movie. But if that's all I fucking see nowadays, it
I
pisses
thought
me
the
off.
only thing that to me that was overtly political was obviously the border stuff. Obviously,
The entire film is a fucking some sort of I don't want to say epilogue. Is that even right? I don't even fucking know. I don't even know what the word is. But it's a word that I'm
Okay,
seriously
how about-
physically ill.
it's an addendum to what?
It's an addendum, sure, whatever that word means.
Yeah, but to what?
To the fact of the narrative that is being spun in Hollywood. So I thought this movie was, I don't even know what the fuck, addendum threw me off, dude. So you fucked me. But this movie is so sexist, okay, that they
Well,
make
too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger go open a door. They make him.
Well, they did
because
turn a Terminator into a bitch. Like you could say that, like he's
Oh
like
my God.
he's basically
Cuck.
actually dude,
Cuck's hard.
yeah.
He
Actually, I was
doesn't
gonna
get
say
fucked.
not even a joke. He's a cuck. He's raising somebody else's child.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep with the woman he's with.
And so how do you not tell? How
Yeah,
does she not tell
I
that you're 400, 500 pounds? What do you mean when I'm slamming with my dick? Like, it's just like, come on, man. This is just I am so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of this movie. I was sick of this movie an hour in. This was a struggle.
Well, I don't know. I like the first 45 minutes. I think we both agreed. We're actually like oh, okay.
I was like, I can give this a chance.
This is entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Event Horizon to me. Just
But
fucking bent me over.
Event Horizon doesn't get bad to like the last 15 minutes. Like Event Horizon's like so good up until it turns into like
into a cartoon horror movie, show.
Yeah, it basically turns into like a final boss in a video game. You got to go fight naked evil Sam Neill.
Lawrence Fishburne's in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only movie I don't know why, but I always get Lawrence Fishburne and is it Sphere? He's in Sphere too, right? Or is that Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jackson.
With the fucking squids, dude. That's the only thing I remember. Is the squid scene.
Yeah, because he's afraid of squids, dog.
It's so stupid. Dustin Hoffman. Okay, anyway, but
I've just watched Sphere a couple years ago.
the fucking Charlize Theron looking like in that movie.
Just Sharon Stone, sir. Have respect.
Oh, she is not attractive. I don't see it.
Yeah, I've never been a big
Dude,
Sharon
Grace
Stone
was
person.
bomb in this movie. Grace was hot as fuck, though. Grace
think
would
so?
get it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
like a girl that could handle herself, huh?
Fuck me up, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. She's hot.
She was on that show *Halt and Catch Fire* about the like a fictional version of like the story of IBM and Apple.
I've never seen that feminist garbage. I've never seen this.
She was like a hacker.
Oh, I bet. No, she was also in The Martian as a computer technician, nerd chick, whatever.
Yeah,
that was her, the one that's taking the pictures.
She's got a type, man. She's been typecast.
I'll tell you this much: she was fucking jacked in this movie. She looked good. Lyndall Hamilton had a little pooch gut, can't get rid of it, and then she's got fucking her guns, whatever. Even down to the mute. See, a movie that did nostalgia well was Predators. That's a movie that that's a good action movie. Overall, it's okay.
I would say like it's definitely better than Dark Fate, but it has similar kind of like weird problems. It's got like
no, we're talking about the Adrian Brody one. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Because I don't know the name of the new one. I think it's Predator. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
the Predator. Yeah.
Oh my! I am so sick of this shit. Just make something original. At least Predators was original its own way.
I wanted the Predator to be good so bad too.
And you watch, and I watched this movie. I could not fucking believe what I was seeing.
Dude, Dark Fate is better than the new Predator.
But not by much.
It's just more cohesive. It's like feels like it's told the story it wanted to tell. Whereas the Predator, you're like, man, I can see the problem. They had post-production problems. I could see the reshoots. I could see all that shit. It's all up on that screen, all the problems they were having making that movie.
I don't know. Either way, they're both garbage films. But I couldn't even I'm not even gonna lie, I couldn't make it through the Predator or whatever. I could not make it through that movie.
But I think the one with Adrian Brody, though, it's got kind of the similar problems because when I first saw that movie, I really liked it.
Good movie. That's a good movie, dude. It's good. It's fine. Accomplishes what it. But that's a good action film. That's a movie that's fun.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of memorable characters.
It's the same thing as like basically Predator 1. Like
you got Fat Lawrence Fishburne. It's great.
It is. Great. It's very similar to Predator 1. If Lawrence Fishburne had been Danny Glover, that movie would be way better.
Dude. If Danny Glover would have came back, that would have been too much. They would have T11'd us.
That would have been perfect.
But I think it was an excellent representation how you can take an old franchise that we hadn't seen a movie in probably 20 years. A good one, anyway. I like Predator 2, honestly. It's cheesy, but it's fun to me.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
It's cheesy, but it's fun. It's fun. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
doesn't take itself very serious.
The only truly good Predator movie is the first one.
It's Predator, right?
Yeah.
But so when I remember watching Predators, being kind of excited, and I thought it was just good. I thought it was memorable. There was memorable characters.
I saw it in the theater. It was the sequel. It was the Predator sequel I had always wanted. And then when you find out, it actually was the Predator sequel that was pitched. That was Robert Rodriguez when he was first starting, because he's the producer on that. When he was first starting out, he had some traction as a screenwriter. He had just made El Mariachi, and he wanted Arnold to be in it to play the Adrian Brody character. And it was that story. It was that script.
Because he beat the original because he beat the Predator that they wanted to bring him to the next level type deal.
Yeah. So basically that script was written in like 1993 to be the sequel to the original Predator. So that's why it feels so much like, oh, yeah, this is the kind of the sequel you would expect from Predator or something like that. It's
awesome. Yeah. I enjoyed it, man. I would give that movie a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
I think it's ridiculous that you gave this movie 6
Give it
out
a
of 10. I don't know.
6.
I don't know
It's not,
how you gave it a 6,
it's
dude.
not super high praise or anything. Jesus, man.
Shaun, that's pretty fucking high. I think a 40 out of 100 is way more reasonable for how much shit we just talked about this movie.
I would say it passes for me though. Like,
Well, how does it
when this
pass?
movie costs $10 to buy, I will own it.
That's the dumbest
Dude,
$10.
I
You
own
could take that
all of the
$10 and
Terminator
flush it down the
movies,
toilet
dog.
and
I own
you'd be
all
fine.
of them.
I
I'm
know,
going
but
to own
you're.
all of them.
That's a problem. That's called an addiction, Shaun. That's what that's called.
And I'll
You're
probably
addicted.
watch it once, and then it just sits on my shelf, and I just look at it every
For
once in a
forever.
while. Go, ooh. Sometimes I reach my hand out like I'm gonna touch my shelf, but I can't because I'm too far away.
I just don't want to. Dude, I will not. I don't even know if I want to go see Doctor Sleep, just based off the fact
I've heard
that
it's got some early
you
reviews that are
said the
positive.
same fucking thing about this movie.
Actually,
You literally said the same thing.
you said that because I don't pay attention.
Don't put this on me.
Dan was
So
like
rare.
last week. Dan was like, "Hey man, I heard the early notices. People are saying it's the best one since U2." I was like, "Yeah, okay, buddy."
Actually, I did say that. I do take back what I said. I just said that.
Like I don't know. I liked it enough where I was not like offended by it like you were apparently.
I mean, I can't. How do you have all these good ratings? I don't understand.
It has solid action and
How's
it's
that 2.5 out of? Why do they give four star? Never mind. I was like, what the fuck? All these critics, dude, they're just SJW panders, dude. All they are. I'm telling you. If this movie had 3 leading men in it, it would not have made it better, but the scores would have been lower. I fucking bet you $1,000 that's true.
the trolls are back at it again. Review bombing Dark Fate because fucking Linda Hamilton just rocked it too hard.
Too hard.
Too goddamn hard.
I mean, how does a
this
movie?
this is a Terminator movie for
What movie
fucking
did we just watch last week?
women.
Yeah, we're talking about Batwoman. Batwoman has a 70% for
Well,
critic score.
that's obviously pandering. That's being gross.
The later with Singh, the late night with Lily Singh show, that's at a 70%. And
I have no idea.
It's the most racist show I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but you've never watched the show. You've watched clips of people being
No,
critical of the show.
I watched the show, dude.
And
I had Hulu, and I had a fucking whatever it's on Showtime. I had whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but I watched some episodes on there. To be totally honest, I'm lying, so no one fact check me because I never seen it. But
I saw these clips. So
no, but I have seen enough to know.
Crowder said that this was pretty much bullshit.
Yeah, I mean Lily Singh
Ben Shapiro, the Shap, he was like, "No, Lily Singh's awful. You got to be funny."
Shaun, it's got 100%, Shaun.
What does?
100%. Season 1 with Lily Singh. 100%.
I don't know if it's because isn't she like a YouTube person? Is that where she comes from?
Yes. Yeah. In Shaun, do you know what the audience score is? 42. Explain that to me. Explain to me how a piece of shit show like this.
I would say this. This is why aggregate sites are awful because there's no nuance. Nobody's having real discussions. Like it's not interesting.
Where am I supposed to get my news from? My movie reviews.
No, I'm just saying review aggregates in general. When they're just like,
this is the problem. When it's a good movie, Shaun, what's your favorite movie? New movie. What's a good movie you like that come out in this past year? Let's play a game.
Jesus, I don't even know, Dan.
Come on, think of a really good movie you like from recently.
From recently?
Like, let's see Joker. Let's just see what the Joker got. Just because you can't think, just think of a movie.
I'm trying. Zombieland was okay.
The new one? Okay.
Midsommar was okay.
Okay. One at a time here. Joker got 70%. Joker got 70% or 69. That's my number, baby. 69% with an audience score of 89. Every single movie that I don't know about Midsommar.
I really liked Alita.
Oh, Alita? You know that movie got fucking trashed, bro. You know that shit got trashed. 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. 60%. IGN.com gave it an 8 out of 10, 7.4 on
Alita's
IMDb.
a lot of fun. I'm
I
not
like
saying
Alita, but it's also a
it's not a
little,
great movie, but like a
But
really
that's a
fun movie.
movie that has a female lead that is well done. It's
Yeah, but
a
it's
well done proposition
I
as
know
far as the
people
ideal
didn't
feminine
and
character.
people did not like it because Alita never looks to the camera and says, "But I'm a fucking woman."
I don't
So
need these, and this is a thing, and this is the whole thing about it. This. You guys want to know what Terminator 3 really is? I'm gonna fucking tell you what it is. Do you remember that scene in Avengers Endgame when all the chicks are coming up over the hill? It's that for 2 fucking hours. That's it. That's all it is. That's this whole fucking movie.
That's really over the top.
I mean,
It's
seriously,
really
dude.
not that. It's really not that
It's that
crazy.
fucking bad, guys. It's that fucking bad. This movie the whole time basically says men shouldn't exist. That's what this movie says. No, I mean,
Literally, they kill John Connor, the savior of
but
humanity.
I'm trying to
Somebody
think
just
of
comes up and straight up fucking
like
snuffs
Dave
that
Chappelle,
bitch.
dude. Dave Chappelle, it's so bad. How can Dave Chappelle, the best comedian of all time, with 35% for Rotten Tomatoes, 99% for an audience score?
Listen, dude, you gotta
Explain
unplug.
that to me, dude.
Stop bringing up you bring up Dave Chappelle all the time here.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna see? I'm gonna see what's his name. What's his fucking name, dude? The dude, Aziz Ansari, dude. Let's see what he got on his last special because I liked that special a lot actually. I know you didn't.
Fix it. No,
80,
I thought
86%.
I thought it
What's
was
going
okay.
on here?
I
We
thought it was
have
okay.
we have a rift in the Matrix.
No, not really. I mean,
86%.
it's just like it's the reason why the Dave
Hey, Shaun,
Chappelle thing.
which one's better? Which one's better?
Listen, are you gonna listen to me for a second? Let me
No,
talk.
I'm speaking bullshit.
No, but the reason why the Dave Chappelle one is because the Dave Chappelle special is directly reflexive to the current culture, and they are
So
a
is it
part.
Aziz Ansari though?
And they are a part of pushing the things that Dave Chappelle is making fun of, and he is in some respects railing against. Aziz Ansari's is much more personal. It's much more quiet.
It's
It is
so
not.
good.
It is not
I love it.
directly like attacking institutions.
Yeah,
Dave
no,
Chappelle
I mean
is.
he's not, but he is.
No, he's not.
He's attacking the entire agenda of the left because he talks shit
Who?
about him.
Who?
He's
Dude, there's you gotta get out of this left-right
the
paradigm.
the Nazi
We're not
the
on
Nazi dude because that no, I'm sorry, dude, but that is like when they make the Nazi pepperoni joke thing. When you fucking see that shit and you see all these people, that is legitimately representative of what's happening. And that is the type of people that will go out there and just based off of, or his Crazy Rich Asians joke. I've seen people make arguments for that being a phenomenal film. And it's okay, but I've never seen it. So I don't really know. I've never really seen it. But I fear from what I hear, it's okay. But just, I'm sick of it, man. I just want to watch The Master for the rest of my life and just accept the fact that this is probably the best movie ever made.
This is the top of the mountain, people.
I don't think there is a better movie made than The Master. Really, it's pinnacle film for me.
It's definitely
Dude,
in the top 10.
Top, whatever, dude. Like the Joker is in the top 10 IMDb, so we all.
I think
does that belong there? I don't think it belongs.
I love The Master, but I also really like all of that guy's work. So all Paul Thomas Anderson stuff.
The Master to me is his strongest movie. That's
I would say
strongest,
well
thought out.
He has an incredible trifecta of movies that have the same or similar tones, which would be There Will Be Blood, The Master, and then Phantom Thread. Like those all have they have a tonal similarity. And
sure.
I love all of them. I really do. But
I love the Phantom Thread. I thought it was good. I've seen it a couple times, but The Master I have watched probably 50 times. I'm not maybe that's a little overkill, but 30, 25, 30, that's a reality for me.
You got a problem.
The day Philip Seymour Hoffman died, I watched it 3 times back to back.
Well, you got to see that scene at the end when he sings, and you can't just skip to the
take you to China. He was saying China like Trump before anyone else.
Do you think that's like what James Cameron and Tim Miller were like in the editing suite, and they're like looking at each other and they're just not agreeing?
No. Do you know what it really was?
What?
It's the same movie, different scene. Do you know the scene where Amy Adams is jerking Philip Seymour Hoffman off into the sink?
Yeah.
Probably more like that.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that scene that movie.
That
If you
scene
guys
is like
haven't,
that's too real. Because like
yeah, it was a real. That would
if
be
you've
like a
been
real
with a
moment.
if you've been with a person for a while, or if you're married, like that's just like that's how life is sometimes.
I want to know, dude. She could probably give some sweet ass hand jobs because I have never gotten a hand job like that made me come that fast. That dude, that was a 10-second hand job max.
Yeah, but you got to
15.
think of, but you're not thinking of like the entire context of the hand job. Like
She
there's a
does it
whole
to quell the
beautiful
beast.
decay. There's like this whole thing with the hand job where it's like the shame of it. They're staring at each other in a mirror. They're standing. It's disgust. It's filthy. Like, but that's part of it. You know, it gets mental games get you there.
It's pretty
You know what I'm
intense.
saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I only come from shame, so I understand.
That's just been well documented
Yeah,
on Zoobox proper. But
pretty much, dude.
all right. Well, I guess we'll leave you guys with that that wonderful little story. So yeah, I mean, I would say if you're interested in this movie, you saw the trailers and you're like, that looks okay. It's worth. You might not feel like you've totally wasted your time.
Don't do it.
Dan's
Don't
Dan's
fucking do it.
Dan's
100%. Yeah.
he doesn't like anything. So
I love movies, but I will not accept shit movies. I will not send people to go see shit movies. I will not lead someone down a path that is all right. If I'm gonna recommend a movie, you know it's fucking good. Dude, listen, Sean, I have a reputation to uphold. People I've known for years.
I got a movie watching reputation.
I really do. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. People, anytime I say you must watch this movie, you know what they always tell me? That's a fucking great movie. I know, dude. I suggested it.
You've had a couple missteps in recommending people movies. We've talked about this the other day. I don't remember.
What movie? What movie?
Was it The Master? That people were like, I don't know, man.
Oh, no, it was Tusk. Tusk was one of the movies that I tried to show people, and they were like, this is too fucking weird. But that's because they're pussies. They just wouldn't, because they were meatheads. They wouldn't pay attention.
They don't get the intellectual depth of Tusk.
Not even that. They didn't give a fuck. They just really didn't give a shit. And when you're trying to show a movie like that to someone who really just, no one really gives a shit.
Hey, Deegan.
Yeah.
Where's the pussy in this movie?
Seriously? It's probably accurate of what people were saying.
Dude,
when is the fucking gonna happen?
Dude, let's watch the fucking Transformers again, dude. Just turn this off.
Sean, I four-cornered that shit. That's a real life event. I four-cornered it. Just like we did when we were kids. Four-corner. You know the Four Corners?
The store?
In Richmond?
Yeah.
I had to I had to buy that shit. Out of the little no bullshit, this place had a Four Corners basically. It was the same type of place. So you walk into this shitty place and it's all fucking just shit, everything shit. And then they have a little movie rack. I got it for like $9.99. It had the big orange sticker on it. It said DVD. Oh yeah. With a big exclamation. Mm-hmm. I was, this has got to happen. So I'm like, I'm so excited, guys. And I take it back, and everyone goes, this is fucking stupid. Just hurt my heart. It kind of hurt my heart. But that's all right.
What are you doing, guys? Guys.
All right. I guess, guys.
All right. Anyways,
waste their money. Go do it. Go whatever.
So if you want to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, that's where these things will land early, except for big movies. So this one will actually go up in the podcast feed, but we do one of these every week. Sometimes we talk about an older movie. Sometimes we do like we did today. And but if you want the full experience, go over to Facebook, like the page. That's the quickest way to get the content, okay? There's always updates. There's always silliness and memes and all sorts of wonderfulness going on over there. And but I'm Shaun.
I'm Dan.
And you've been listening to Zoobox Goes to the Movies. Thank you so much for your time. And go see the Terminator because Dan really liked it.